This is Micornus, Phokane, the leader and the founder of Young Men Empowerment Forum. We are dealing with extraordinary leaders, the principles of developing an extraordinary leader in you as a young man. And this is very important that we're dealing with this topic. And I'm just giving you some principles. These are just some tips. These are just some nuggets that will help you. And today I want to deal with what we call balanced risk taking. Because extraordinary people have got an element of risk taking. They're not comfortable in their zones and they don't sit in comfort zones. And I'm saying this because many of us think that things will come packaged and be put on the plate for us. We think that things happen easily in life. And if you think so, I want to surprise you and say life is not for mama's babies. And I want to remind you as well that if you think that it will be packaged to you, it will be delivered on the post box, and life will actually just come cozy and nice for you, forget it. Life is not that way. Now, therefore, as a young man, you want to become an extraordinary leader, have this in mind, that you need to take some risks in your life. If you cannot take risks, then forget about challenging life and becoming better. Because everything is a risk. And I want to emphasize that even business is a risk. You want to become a business person? What a risk it is. Waking up in the morning and leaving just as an individual, what a risk we're taking. And everything that you do in life is a risk on its own. And if you're not ready to take a risk, then you better close yourself in your room. Stay there for the rest of your life. Have no food, nothing. Have no water around you. And you are going to die right there because that's what you want. But life, as long as you wake up in the morning, remember, that is another day of risk taking. Now, if you want to become then an extraordinary leader, be ready to take risk, because as leaders sometimes we make decisions that we are not even sure of. Can I repeat that? Because I don't think you get me right there. That sometimes as leaders we take risk by making decisions that we are also not sure of. I make the decision, yes, but I'm not even sure that that decision works. And this is very important for you to understand that. And as a young man, I want you to understand that if you want to become a leader, be a risk taker in your life. Evaluate opportunities wisely. Can I emphasize that for a moment? Because I believe that many of us want to do things, wake up in the morning and just want to rush and do things and so on. It is very important that everything that you do, you evaluate opportunities. But you don't just evaluate opportunities, but you evaluate them wisely. And that's where it breaks the back of a camel. That's where many people fail. That's where some people succeed here. Ability to evaluate opportunities. Now, everything that you do in life as a young man, check on what is the opportunity here. What am I to gain out of this? So life is about looking at opportunities. Because remember that without thinking about opportunities, you may not go anywhere. Life is about opportunities. Now, you must evaluate those opportunities, but not only just evaluate them, but evaluate them wisely. And what do I mean about that? Because opportunities, some of them look the same, opportunities. Some of them look like they're equal as in repercussions. Some of them look like they're equal in benefits. Some opportunities look like they are better than others in a way. And sometimes you find that your evaluation, if it's wrong, you may actually go for something of a lesser opportunity. Something that you think that it is better, but it's of a lesser opportunity. So therefore, a person who's able to evaluate opportunities wisely is able to prioritize them. To say, I've got these opportunities, 1, 2, 3 opportunities, but amongst them, they are not the same value. Amongst them, they are not the same benefits. So in other words, I may actually regard this one as better, but this is not going to bring better results than the other one. So that's what we call a wise evaluation of opportunities. Now, as you do so, you are able actually to open up yourself up to success, because you are going to be able to see which one is of a better opportunity. And those that are of better opportunities, you are able to use those and utilize them better and make sure that you put more of your effort in those opportunities that are better than others, that are bringing better results than others, that are bringing better breakthrough than others. Remember, as I said, that opportunities are not the same. So therefore, evaluate them wisely. Make sure that you categorize them into priorities and do those that are high priority first, and those that are medium priority will follow, and then those that are less opportunities or less priorities, you'll do them last. And that's very, very important that you use that as a wise evaluation of opportunities. Now, balanced risk-taking is about that, whereby you look at the opportunities and say, but this opportunity is much more, and I'm going for it. And this opportunity is much less, I'm not going to waste my time on it. So you start to evaluate those opportunities wisely. The other thing that I want you to look at when you take a balanced risk-taking, you must embrace calculated risk. Now, I want you to say, risks, yes, take risks, but I'm still emphasizing that you understand me clearly. All the risks that you do, they must be calculated. You must calculate time. How long will this take me? Calculate the value. How much will I gain out of this? How much will this benefit me? And also calculate the danger. And make sure that you don't just risk something that is a high risk, but less value. You're going to be able to risk something that you're going to benefit more than what you would actually lose out of it. And this is one thing that many young men are going wrong here. And that is why young men have been drifted into drugs, some of them. Some have been drifted into crime as well. Because they tell themselves, I'm a risk taker. And then they join gangs, and those gangs are leading them into crime. And that crime is high risk because they are going to get themselves into danger. Their lives may not even live long. They may not even manage to live long. The reason is because what they are doing is a high risk life for less value. Because whatever you do, even if you are going to rob a bank today and get 100 million rands, tell me how long will you spend 100 million rands versus the fact that you may actually be shot and killed in that risk that you're taking. The 100 million rand at hand, yes, if you had it, it is good enough. But if you have to risk it with all your life, is it of value? You may calculate that risk as a young man and see that it is not worth it to become a gangster. It's not worth it to become somebody who does crime. And this is very, very important as a young man, that you start to learn to develop things that are going to develop you into a better person. Studies, for instance, we always mention, this is a risk as well, because you go to take a course that nobody else has ever taken. It's a risk. But it's a risk that may bring very high value in your life. And it's a risk that you can take, and it's not rendering you into danger while you are risking. So I want to urge you as a young man that you learn to calculate and balance your risk-taking. If you don't balance your risk-taking, you're not going to be able then to achieve anything in life. I want to urge you to understand that. Now, I want you to also be able to learn from failures, because people that are having balanced risk-taking, as a leader, as somebody who want to be an extraordinary leader, you want to be a young man who is extraordinary. So you must always learn from your failures. Because whatever failure comes to you, it didn't just come. It comes there so that you can learn from it. Now, a young man who want to be an extraordinary leader will always look at the mistakes that he has gone through, the failures that he has gone through. He will say, instead of giving up, I'm going to learn from these mistakes. And I will not go through the same failure again, because I would have learned out of this failure. And I will do things better next time, because I know that I've missed it here, and therefore I'll become a better person next time. So I want to urge you as a young man to look at that and say, I want to become a better person. I will learn from my failures, and I will be able to become an extraordinary leader. I want to end up here today. Your host, Micornus, Phokane, the leader and the founder of Young Men Empowerment Forum. Please remember our social media platforms, Facebook page, Micornus Phokane, Young Men Empowerment Forum. Follow us there, like our pages. Please remember our YouTube channel as well, that you need to subscribe to. Young Men Empowerment Forum and Micornus Phokane as well. Don't forget TikTok account that we posting these videos on again as well. And the good Lord will bless you as you do that. Allow me to check out right here and say cheers for now.